Special thanks to Patreon supporter Destroyer of Worlds for making this tutorial possible. Hello ladies and gentlemen, ZPro here bringing you another Minecraft Modern Warfare vehicle tutorial. In this tutorial we'll be going ahead and building the M1128 mobile gun system. The M1128 mobile gun system, or known as the MGS, is a 8-wheeled armored car of the Stryker armored fighting vehicle family, mounted a 105mm tank gun based on the Canadian LAV-3 light armored vehicle manufactured by General Dynamics Land Systems. It is in service with the United States Army, but will be retired by the end of 2022. The MGS's low-profile turret has a small silhouette and is stabilized and mounts a 105mm M68 A1E4 rifle cannon with a human extractor and an auto loader. The vehicle is primarily outfitted to support infantry combat operations. While it could take on some of the roles of a tank, it is not designed to engage in combat with tanks. The MGS can store 18 rounds of main gun ammunition, 8 in the autoloader's carousel and an additional 10 in the replenisher, located in the rear of the vehicle. It has a rate of fire of 10 rounds per minute. The MGS's 105mm cannon fire 4 types of ammunition: the M900 kinetic energy penetrator to destroy armored vehicles, the M56A2 high explosive anti-tank round to destroy thin-skinned vehicles and provide anti-personnel fragmentation, the M393A3 high explosive plastic round to destroy bunkers, machine gun, and sniper positions, and create openings in walls for infantry to access, and the M1040 canister shot for use against dismounted infantry in the open. The M1128 mobile gun system here, a very interesting tank and probably one of the more iconic versions of the Stryker. A little unfortunate, it's going to be retired by the end of next year as of recording this video, so it's kind of sad to hear that about this gun system, since it's a pretty interesting and unique vehicle, I would say, in the family of armored vehicles. We don't see really too many like this being fielded by the Americans. But overall, really nice looking vehicle, and again, as I mentioned, probably the most iconic and probably my favorite version of the Stryker. I feel like a lot of people know what the Stryker is basically because of this gun system and it being a very unique type looking design. Anyways though, before we go ahead and move into taking a look at the build, I do want to go ahead and give special links to Patreon supporter Destroyer of Worlds for making this tutorial possible. If you guys are interested in supporting the channel more, you already do, feel free to check my Patreon page. Link is always in my video descriptions, where you can go and play this small amount to the channel every month, and in doing so earn a viewer request you're choosing. It really helps support the work I do on my channel and is fairly greatly appreciated, so definitely feel free to check that out. Again, link will always be in my video descriptions. With that though, let's go ahead and dive in and take a look here at this redesign for the M1128. So as we dive into it, we have obviously the main body of the Stryker, so very reminiscent of the previous Stryker versions we have done. And you can see here this one is a little bit different in the fact that it does have a lower profile hull, so it doesn't have this kind of crew storage or kind of crew area in the back. It's a lot more kind of smaller and compact for the whole gun system and all that stuff, so it gives it a bit of a lower profile compared to that of the other Strykers, which are, as you can see, a little bit taller and a little bit more boxier for that infantry carrying capabilities. But yeah, we have all the front hatches and viewports and stuff like that for the driver, as well as the engine. We then get to the 105mm gun mounted in its turret. We have hatches here, one for obviously most likely the gunner, and one for the on this side for the commander. So pretty nice little bits there. And then we move to the back here. Pretty simple, just the door on the back here that would be able to open to gain entry into the rear of the Stryker. But overall, pretty nice looking vehicle and really nice design overall. Really happy with the way it came out, and should make a really fun addition to any of your Modern Warfare maps, especially if the United States is involved in that. And basically a final vehicle to kind of go with our series of main production models of the Stryker that we have actually built. So I think this is the last one, so hopefully we won't see any more Strykers for some time, though there are some interesting variants out there, or prototypes or proposition builds that we should say, that never came to full production, but definitely could be a build in the future. So we'll see about that. But anyways, guys, that's it for the overview. Let's go and jump into the tutorial by beginning with our first layer, layer number 1. Alright guys, so moved into our first layer here. We can go ahead and start with layer 1. For layer 1 to go ahead and get started with here, we want to go ahead and place down 2 polished blackstone stairs, which will be back to back to each other like so, followed by a second set of stairs like this back to back as well. So like that. We're going to then place down a stonebrick top slab, cutting off those 2 stairs there, iron trapdoors, and our 2 stonebrick top slabs like so. polished black stone up down stair, second stair behind that, and another 2 stairs like so to go ahead and make the front 2 wheels and their, the front 4 wheels and their 2 axles. After that, we're going to go then skip a space of 2 back. We're going to place down another set of 2 polished black stone stairs, followed by a second set directly behind that, and again, same thing we did up in the front, stonebrick top slab, iron trapdoor, stonebrick top slab, again, stonebrick top slab, iron trapdoor, stonebrick top slab. We then want to place down 2 polished black stone stairs back to back, and another 2 like so to go ahead and complete your wheelbase like that. And with that all done, that right there is going to conclude what we have there for layer 1. Taking a look at it from above here, this is what it should look like for the top-down view. With that, we'll be going ahead and moving into our next layer, layer number 2. Moving into our next layer, we're moving into layer number 2. For layer 2 to get started with here, we're going to place down 2 polished black stone stairs back to back on top of each one of these 2 sets of upside down stairs. This right here will just complete all of our wheels, and we'll have a total of 8 of these wheels completed once we go ahead and get all these stairs placed like so all the way around. So just like that. After that's done, we want to go ahead and place down an anvil on top of each one of these iron trapdoors, as well as a stonebrick wall to both sides of the anvil. We can then take our green terracotta, fill in a space of 3 of green terracotta across here, then a row of 3 across here. We're going to place down 2 rows of 3 of green terracotta across this section here, a row of 3 across this middle space, and a row of 3 across here. We'll go ahead and go to the middle section here between our wheels. We're going to go ahead and go to the side facing toward the rear, so the rear is going to be that direction that way. So we're going to have a dark oak with top slab toward this side, like that, closer to the back of the vehicle, like so. We then want to go ahead and go to the front here. We're going to place down 2 green terracotta blocks, or sorry, 3 coming off that row right there. A zombie head to both sides, a row of 3 of dark oak with top slabs, and iron frames coming off the 2 dark oak with top slabs, like so. In those iron frames, we're going to place down tripwire hooks and rotate them so that they are facing downwards like so. Going ahead and moving to the back here, we're going to place down another row of 3 of green terracotta going back like so. This is going to be followed up with a dark oak wood stair, upside down to both sides, and then a dark oak wood upside down corner stair coming off those stairs like so. We then want to place down a end rod that goes across here in the middle, and on both sides of the end rod, we're going to place down a zombie head coming off the end rod like so. We're also going to place down iron frames coming off those corner stairs, and then we're going to place down tripwire hooks in those iron frames and rotate it so the tripwire hook is facing downwards like so. And with that all done right there, that is going to basically complete what we have there for the main structure there for layer 2. With that, we're going to go and grab some banners, and I'm going to show you guys how to make those banners there for the wheels of the vehicle. So with that, let me grab the materials, and I'll see you guys here shortly to make those banners. Alright guys, so going ahead and moving in to make those banners, pretty simple to make. We're going to need a loom, 2 black banners, 2 green dye, and 4 black dye. We're going to go ahead and place down our loom like so, go into our loom with our banners and our green dye. For these 2 banners, we're going to do 1 banner with a line on the left side of green, and then we're going to go and do the other banner with a line on the right side of green, like so. We're going to go ahead and place down each banner back into our loom and our black dye. We're going to select the line that goes across horizontally at the top and the line that goes horizontally across the bottom with black, and it should create a banner that looks like that. Same thing will be done with this one here, like so. And once we have that done, we have both these banners complete. Now these banners, super simple. We're going to place down these banners on these 2 polished black stone stairs here for layer number 2, with the green portion facing toward each other. This right here will kind of create a better look for the wheels, makes them look a little bit more detailed, and just kind of makes them look a little bit more wheelish compared to just the polished black stone stairs. Anyways though, that right there is going to conclude what we have there for layer number 2, and with that, let's move on to layer number 3. And going ahead and moving into our next layer, we have layer 3. For layer 3 to get started with here, to place down a row 3 of green terracotta across this section here, followed by a green stained glass pane to both sides. After that, we want to go ahead and place down a narrow row 3, followed by a second row 3 after that, and we're going to place down 2 mossy cobblestone walls on the sides like so. On the front here, we're going to place down an iron frame, which will be to basically the right side looking at the vehicle, and then we're going to rotate the white bed sideways. We then want to place down 2 dark oak wood signs over on the other 2 green terracotta blocks, and if you are on Java, we'll also place a dark oak wood sign on the same block as that white bed item frame. If you're on Pocket Edition or Bedrock, you'll not be able to place an item frame and sign in the same block space, so if that's the case, just place down the item frame and disregard the sign, as the sign is not really essential, it's just an extra little piece of detail. At this point here, we're going to go ahead and place down a stone brick wall on top of each one of these stone brick walls, like this, going down the length of the chassis, and we then want to go ahead and place down green terracotta blocks between those walls, like so. After that, we're going to go ahead and then place down a row 3 of green terracotta across this space here, another row 3 right here. This row right here is going to be a row of 5, going from top slab to top slab. Then another row of 3 in this section, followed by a second row of 3, and then a third row like that, filling that space in. We then want to take our granite walls, place down a row of 3 across this space here, followed by a dark oak wood stair to both sides like so, and a dark oak wood sign on the sides here of those stairs. We're going to then place down item frames on those 2 stairs like so, as well as a red apple in those item frames like that for the back tail lights. We then want to place down a green terracotta block on the back here of these stairs like so, and then taking our dark oak wood top slabs, we're going to go 1, 2, 3 dark oak wood top slabs forward, and then a dark oak wood upside down stair, and right here a dark oak wood upside down stair, and then 1, 2, and 2 dark oak wood top slabs forward, and then a dark oak wood upside down stair again. Over here on this side, we're going to do the same thing. Dark oak wood upside down stair, 1, 2 dark oak wood top slabs, dark oak wood upside down stair, dark oak wood upside down stair, 1, 2, and 3 dark oak wood top slabs back. And after we have that all done right there, that's what it should look like for the side there. And take a look at it from above here, this is what it should look like for the top-down view for that layer. Also on the back here, on this middle granite wall, we are going to place down an item frame, and we are going to place down a tripwire hook facing upwards in that item frame like that. So before we go ahead and move on to layer 4, I actually just realized I did make a mistake on the front here. I'm surprised I didn't catch this earlier, but it's kind of simple to fix. Basically, all we're going to do is we're going to delete this item frame. We're in signs. We're going to extend this by another row of 3 going out. We're going to then repeat the same process here on the front. Our white beds like so. And our dark oak wood signs. Again, that sign right here like that. We're going to then bring our glass pane forward and also our mossy cobblestone wall. And this dark oak wood stair is going to go forward 1, and a dark oak wood top slab is going to fill that place right there. And the same thing will just be done over here on this side as well. So I do apologize for that little mess up here. It does happen, so it's a pretty simple fix, just shifting some stuff forward like so. So basically now this is what it should look like from the side view, like so. So anyways, just go ahead and make that simple adjustment. I do apologize again for that little mistake there, but with that we can go ahead and now move on to layer number 4. And moving into our next layer, we have layer number 4. For layer 4 to go ahead and get started with here, we are going to place down a anvil on top of this second row 3 back right there, and then we're going to place down a zombie head coming off like that toward the front. We then want to place down a dark oak wood slab, which will be over here to the right side of the anvil like that, and then we're going to go ahead and place down a spruce wood slab over here to the left side. On these 2 green terracotta blocks in front of the zombie head, we are going to place down 2 dark oak wood buttons on both sides like so. We then want to go ahead and place down a dark oak wood fence gate on top of this wall, and we're going to go ahead and then have it opened up toward the outside, and same thing over here, opened up toward the outside. We're going to place down an item frame coming off this fence gate, and then a snowball in the item frames like that for the front headlights. At this point, we have 2 different things that we can do for the side mirrors. The first option is going to be for those on Bedrock or Pocket Edition. This right here is going to be an additional fence gate coming off this one opened up toward this fence gate, and then on top of that fence gate, we're going to place down a zombie head here at a slight angle like that for our side mirrors. If you're on Java, we have an alternate way we can go ahead and go about this. This is going to involve using the give command, so we're going to do /give space @p space Minecraft :debug, and it should pop up to autofill. By pressing tab, it should fill it in for us. We get /give space @p space Minecraft :debug stick. Press enter and it'll give you this kind of shiny looking stick here. We're going to build a block off of this fence gate and one more, so you have a space of 1 between this block and this fence gate. We'll go ahead and place down a lever on the side of this block, and we'll go ahead and left click it until we get selected facing, and it should have a direction in parentheses. By going ahead and shift clicking, we're going to go ahead and right click it, and it should rotate the lever. Now you can rotate it all 4 directions, and basically rotate it so it's come off this fence gate. Obviously for me it's going to be facing to west. It may be different for you guys. If you are have this vehicle facing different ways, it will be a little bit different, so just make sure you take that into account. And you may have to rotate it a few more times rather than once to get it to rotate around to its right position. But that's what you want right there, and then we'll just go ahead and place down a zombie head here on top of that lever, like so. So you have 2 options there, how you can do the front mirrors there. This one, obviously, on this side with the lever is the preferred method if you have access to a debug stick. Anyways, though, with that done, we're going to go ahead and place down a row of 3 of dark oak wood stairs across, followed by a dark oak wood corner stair here to both ends of that row of 3. If I can place down the stair. There we go. And same thing over here, like so. After that, we want to go ahead and place down a mossy cobblestone wall to both sides, a row of 3 green terracotta across this middle section, item frame coming off those walls to both sides, and then we're going to place down a tripwire hook in those item frames like that. We then want to place down a row of 5 of green terracotta across, followed by a second row of 5 We're going to go then place down 2 rows of 3 of green terracotta. And then taking our shulker boxes, we're going to place down 2 green shulker boxes on their sides, and this will be done to both sides. Both shulker boxes will have dark oak wood buttons on the sides of them as well. After we have that done, we want to go and then place down another row of 5 of green terracotta going across. And then this row here is going to be a row of 4. So there's going to be an indent over here on the left side. And in that left side space, we're going to place down a stripped spruce wood block like so, and then a tripwire hook like that for a hatch on the side of the vehicle. After that, taking our green terracotta, just a row of 5 across, followed by a second row of 5, a third row, and then a fourth row, going all the way across like so. And then we'll place down 1 green terracotta block on top of those 2 stairs. On the sides of those blocks, or rather on the sides of the blocks, we're going to place down an item frame and then a tripwire hook in the item frames like so. And then coming off of them, we're going to place down a dark oak fence gate like this, opened up toward those blocks on both sides, as well as a row of 3 of granite walls across the middle section. And one quick adjustment, we're actually going to go ahead and replace this block right here with a mossy cobblestone wall instead on the left side there. Taking our green stained glass panes, we're going to place down 1, 2, 3, and 4 over here on the left side, and then on the right side here, we're going to place down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So a little bit of a difference there in sides. Just make sure you're paying close attention there to the differences. But that right there is going to conclude what we have there for layer number 4 for the build. Take a look at it from up above. This is what it should look like. And with that, we'll be going ahead and moving into our next layer. Layer number 5. So moving into our next layer, we have layer 5. Layer 5 here is where things start to get a little interesting. Things kind of start to get a little sporadic. So just make sure you're paying close attention to this layer, as it is a little bit tricky with a lot of stuff going on, a lot of asymmetry. To get started with though, we're going to go ahead and place down a zombie head on top of this wall right here. After we have that done, we want to go ahead and then place down a daylight detector next to it. And then another zombie head with the face of the zombie head facing toward the front. We're going to go then place down a dark oak wood slab next to this zombie head, an item frame coming off of it, and then in that item frame we want to go and place down a black bed like so and rotate it on its side like that. Again, if you're on Java, we'll go ahead and place down a dark oak wood sign on the side of that slab as well. After that, we're going to go ahead and place down a zombie head here on top of this wall and have it turned at a slight angle. And after that zombie head there, we're going to place down a second zombie head back from that like that. This point right here, we're going to go ahead and place down a piston. If you're on Pocket Edition or Bedrock, I would place down a end portal frame. So either a piston or end portal frame. Basically for us on Java, the piston here is what I prefer to use. So we're going to use the piston here. We're going to mess with this a little bit later. We're going to go then place down a dark oak wood slab like that, going back from it. And we're going to go and then basically place down a wall, which will be on this side going back from that zombie head. Another piston in this section, and another dark oak wood slab over like so. We then want to place down a dark oak wood stair here, and then after that we want to go and then place down a lectern right behind the stair like so. And then to the outside here, we're going to grab polished blackstone stairs and full blocks and also walls. We're going to place down a stair here next to this dark oak wood stair, a polished blackstone full block, and then 2 polished blackstone walls to the side there of those 2 blocks. We then want to place down a dark oak wood stair on top of those 2 shulker boxes, as well as a zombie head here in the corners, angled at slight angles like so. And we're going to go ahead and also take these pistons now, and if you remember back to us Java players, when we went ahead and grabbed our debug stick, we're going to do the same thing, or if you still have it in your creative menu, just go ahead and right click these 2 pistons like so, to go ahead and change their properties to look like that. After that's all complete though, we're going to go and then grab ourselves some daylight detectors. We're going to place down a row of 3 of daylight detectors across this section here, followed by zombie heads here at a slight angle, so like this. And then right here we're going to go and turn these a little bit more. So what it does here is it kind of curves this a little bit more, and you will need to fix those pistons as they will revert back to their old state because the blockchain's next to them. But you want your zombie heads to look something like that. After we have that done, we want to go ahead and then place down a dark oak wood fence post here, and then a fence gate coming off the side of the fence post like so. We can then go ahead and place down a dark oak wood, or row 3 of dark oak wood slabs over, so 1, 2, 3. And then over here on the right, or sorry, the left side of the vehicle, there's going to be a daylight detector like this on the end here. After that, we're going to then place down a dark oak wood stair, like so, and then a green shulker box. After that, we want to go and then place down a green terracotta block, excuse me, a green terracotta block in the center there. And we're going to then place down a spruce wood stair, like so, and then a second spruce wood stair after that to the side there. We're going to then grab ourselves an item frame. We're going to place down an item frame with a black bed on it, or black bed in it on the side there of that stair. And then grabbing a dark oak wood sign, we're just going to place down a dark oak wood sign on the side there of the stair if you're on Java. Continuing on, we're going to go ahead and then take our green terracotta. We're going to place down a green terracotta block in the center here. After that, we want to go ahead and then place down 2 dark oak wood slabs at the side, so 1, 2, and 1, 2. And then after we have that done, we want to go and then place down a dark oak wood trapdoor here, and then a dark oak wood stair like this to both sides, like so. Once we have that done, we're going to take our dark oak wood buttons, do 1, 2, back, and over here 1, 2, like that back as well. In the middle here, we're going to place down 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3, like that down the center. And we're going to then place down a zombie head, which will be over here on the left side, right here, or sorry, rather the right side. And then over here on the left side, a dark oak wood button. And then we're just going to go ahead and place down a dark oak wood fence post on top of these 2 fence gates. And then going up from those fence posts, we're going to place down 1 and 2 iron bars over there on the left one. And then we're going to go ahead and go up 1, 2, 3, and 4 and 5 iron bars over there for the right one. So just like that for the antennas, just to knock them out so we don't worry about them later. Anyways, though, with that all out of the way, there's also going to be a dark oak wood button on top of this block right there. And with that out of the way, I think that's pretty much everything that we have here for this layer, to try to make sure we're not missing anything. And everything does appear to be good to go. So take a look at it from the top-down view. This right here is what it should look like with layer 5 all complete. And with that, we'll be going ahead and moving into our final layers here, which will basically consist of layers 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So with that, let's go ahead and move into layers 6 through 10. And going ahead and moving into our final layers, we have layers 6 through 10. For these layers to go ahead and get started with here, we want to go ahead and place down a green green terracotta block on top of this one, then 1 and 2 blocks going forward, so it ends on top of that daylight detector. We're going to go then place down 1, 2, 3, and 4 dark oak wood top slabs on the last 2 top slabs. We're going to place down 2 dark oak wood signs on the sides there. Same thing over here as well. And again, these pistons will probably update, so if that's the case, just go ahead and grab your debug stick in and right click them like so. Then after those that section there, we're going to then go 1, 2, 3, and 4 dark oak wood tap slabs going forward more a little bit further. On top of these, we're going to go ahead and take our green carpet. We're going to go 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then we're going to place down 2 dark oak wood trapdoors and then 2 green carpets going back. And then 1 and 2 daylight detectors. After that, we're going to then place down a dark oak wood slab here, then a green terracotta block, a piston on top of that block, or a M portal frame, whichever one you used down there for that section there. We then want to place down another green terracotta block here, and then a dark oak wood slab on top of that. And then on the very back here, we're going to go very simply place down a dark oak wood upstairs stair, and then a daylight detector, like so. Once we have that done, go into the sides here. We're going to place down a polished black stone wall on both sides of this first green terracotta block, like so. And then coming off those, we're going to place down a wither skeleton skull. Going back, we're going to place down a green stained glass pane on both sides. Over here on the right side, we're going to place down a zombie head, like so. And then after that, we want to go ahead and place down a dark oak wood slab. That's going to have a stair or a sign on the side of it, like so. And we're going to then place down a slab on top of that one and have a sign on the side of that as well. And then on top of this zombie head here, we're going to place down a zombie head like so. Like that. And then going ahead and continue to the back here, we're going to place down a mossy cobblestone wall, which will go on top of these blocks here. So 1, 2 here, then a upside down stair right there, and then a dark oak slab on top of that stair, like that. Then after we have that done, go into the left side of the turret. We're going to place down another green stained glass pane back, like so. We then want to place down a granite wall, and then a mossy cobblestone wall after that. On the sides of those blocks, we're going to go ahead and grab ourselves some item frames. We're going to place down an item frame on the side of this wall here. We're going to place down a green terracotta block in the item frame and a dark oak wood sign on the side there. After we have that all done, we're going to then place down another item frame next to this wall. And we are going to go and then place down a black bed in the item frame like that, rotated around on its side. One thing also we're going to change from the previous layer is that this right here, this block, is going to be changed for, we're actually going to go and grab our spruce wood stairs here. We're going to place down a spruce wood stair here, and then underneath this granite wall, we want to have a stair as well. So we're going to go ahead and just make this one quick adjustment here. So like that, and then we'll just replace our block that we broke. So it should look like that for that section right there. So it's going to make that change there. And then come off the front of the stair here, it's going to be an item frame, and then a black bed in the item frame rotated on its side, followed by a dark oak wood sign on the side there of the item frame. So just a quick little change there to go ahead and improve that look there for the turret. Anyways, though, with that all out of the way, we're going to go ahead and place down a dark oak wood stair, going back from that wall right there. Also a dark oak wood sign on the side of that mossy cobblestone wall. Then we want to place down a dark oak slab on top of the stair here. And then going from this section here, also coming off this slab, we're going to go ahead and place down an item frame. This is going to be only on Java. We can place down an item frame right there. And in that item frame, we're going to place down a black stained glass pane. Over here on the left side of the turret, we're going to place down 1, 2, and 3 dark oak wood slabs going forward. And we're going to then place down a zombie head like so, coming off this slab, and a dark oak wood sign on the side of that slab as well. This piston up here, we can go ahead and use our debug stick to go ahead and change the properties to look like that. And then lastly, on the very back, we're going to place down a zombie head here. And then we're going to place down 2 dark oak wood fence posts up from it like that. After that's all done, that's it for the turret there, and we're going to now move into the machine gun. So the machine gun here is mounted onto the side. And to go ahead and place this, pretty simple. We're going to place down the anvil on top of this fence gate, facing that direction, a polished black stone upside down stair. And then coming off that stair, we're going to place down a end rod, which will be followed up with a chain. So an end rod and a chain. We then want to go ahead and place down a item frame to the right side here of the stair. We're going to place down a black bed in the item frame, and a dark oak wood sign on the side of it if you are on Java. Then going back from the anvil, we're going to place down a dark oak wood fence gate and open it up toward the anvil like so. We then want to place down a green shulker box on the side of the stair here. And on top of that shulker box, we are going to place down a powered rail like so for the ammo belt. And we then want to grab ourselves a redstone repeater and place it down on top of the stair, separate the notches, and you should create that gun right there. Anyways, though, that right there is going to conclude what we have there for layers 6 through 10, and with that, that is going to conclude my design here for the M1128 MGS Stryker. Hopefully you guys do enjoy this tutorial and are able to put it to good use. If you do going to use this build, I do ask you guys give me proper credit for it. This being thing from a solid build, to my channel or this video if this does appear in social media sites. As always, you guys give me proper credit for the build. You're free to use it for a project you guys are working on. Overall, enjoy the build, have fun with it, and all that fun stuff. Again, the big special links to Patreon supporter, Destroyer of Worlds, and definitely feel free to check out my Patreon page. Again, link will always be in my video descriptions. With that out of the way, though, thank you guys again so much for watching. As always, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. This has been Garrett 2.4, and I'll see you guys next time.